All right, let's head on now to the PICC Center and talk to Nea Mangawang. She's there for the ASEAN Summit. Nea?
Yes, Alma, we're still here at the ASEAN Media Center in Conrad Hotel, not in the PICC. We're still not allowed to go there. Yes.
Until now, okay.
Well, we're hoping that it be able to attend the summit on Saturday or Friday, but as of now, we're still confined here at the Media Center, where several officials are conducting press briefing, and we've just finished the press briefing of the ASEAN Business Advisory Council Chairman Joey Concepcion. Earlier, he announced that Malaysian Prime Minister Najib Razak and Thai Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha confirmed their attendance to the Prosperity for All Summit. It is a side event of the ASEAN 30th Summit that will be held from 9 a.m. tomorrow. According to Concepcion, the theme of tomorrow's summit is Partnering for Change, Creating Prosperity for All. He said it is basically a continuation of the programs of the Philippines to bring prosperity to all nations. The objective of the summit is to create awareness and to make trading an inclusive environment wherein the big businesses are encouraged to help the MSMEs or the micro, small, and medium enterprises. He noted that in the Philippines, MSMEs compose 99.6% of the business community and only 0.4% is comprised of big businesses. The call to action of said summit is the creation of the ASEAN Mentoring Entrepreneurship Network, or AMEN, which will be launched as a platform in the November ASEAN Summit. AMEN's goal is to pull together each ASEAN country's experts in specific areas like technology, logistics, and agriculture, among others. Aside from Malaysian Prime Minister Najib and Thai Prime Minister General Chan-o-cha, former President and now Pampanga Representative Dore Macapagal Arroyo and Vice President Leni Robredo will also attend the summit, together with other incumbent and former leaders of the Philippines and other ASEAN countries. The Prime Minister of Vietnam was also invited to attend the summit tomorrow, and the council said they are still waiting for confirmation. The number of people expected to attend the Prosperity for All Summit is close to 1,000. Alma, they said there is an initial request to accommodate 2,000 audience, but the council said they cannot accommodate that big of an audience, giving more priority to the quality of the audience. Meanwhile, Malaysian Prime Minister Najib Razak, who will be attending the Prosperity for All Summit tomorrow, is expected to arrive at Ninoy Aquino International Airport Terminal 2 before 5 p.m. today. The Malaysian Premier will chair the 10th Indonesia-Malaysia-Thailand Growth Triangle, or IMT-GT Summit, on April 29. Razak is the second head of state to visit the country for the 30th ASEAN Summit, following Brunei Sultan Hassan al Bolkiah's arrival last night. Meanwhile, Alma, the series of preparatory meetings also continues today, the second day of the 30th ASEAN Summit. And among the preparatory meetings that are being held today are the ASEAN Senior Officials Preparatory Meeting, the ASEAN BIMP IAGA, and the IMT-GT preparatory meetings. And the youth delegates also had their own preparatory meeting earlier today for their interface with ASEAN leaders on April 29. It was led by National Youth Commission Chairman Aisa Sigera. Now, all these preparatory meetings will culminate on Saturday, where all the main meetings will be held, including the plenary session of the 30th ASEAN Summit. The summit is expected to focus on measures to effectively deploy the ASEAN Community Vision 2025, master plans to implement the vision on 3 pillars, namely political security community, economic community, and the social-cultural community. The heads of states and other ASEAN delegates are also expected to deliberate ways to enhance ASEAN's connectivity, solidarity, unity, and central role, and strengthen relations between ASEAN and its partners. Also, it is highly anticipated that the ASEAN leaders will exchange views on regional and international issues of concern, including the territorial dispute in the South China Sea. Alma.
Yes. Nea, you mentioned the South China Sea issue. They said that the Philippines is going to be soft on its communique, on its, what do you call this? They're going to be soft on their decision, on their communique on the South China Sea issue. Can you tell me more about this?
Yes, I think the issue regarding that stems from the chairman's statement, the draft chairman's statement, which unfortunately did not mention anything about the arbitration win that we had last July. And so most of the officials, especially former DFA Secretary Albert Del Rosario, expressed their disappointment and said that we are not leveraging on this ASEAN chairmanship that we have right now. We are not mentioning anything about that. Maybe because we are still courting China on economic side.
Yes.
But yesterday, the DFA spokesperson, Robespierre Bolivar, said that the draft is still a draft and it might still change. We just have to wait what exactly the chairman's statement would look like on Saturday when it is finally issued. He said all the documents now are still a work in progress, and he explained last night that they just have to draft a statement because it would be impossible for them to collaborate every single idea, especially with the numerous issues that will be tackled for 4 days from yesterday up to the 29th. So they have to make a draft, they have to at least make an outline, put some elements so that it will be easier for them to polish everything before the issuance of the chairman's statement on Saturday, Alma.
Yes. Nea, you said earlier that there's an initial request for the Prosperity for All Summit for 2,000 audience to accommodate. But the council said they can accommodate that. They cannot accommodate that big of an audience, so it would depend more on the quality of the audience. What does that mean, on the quality of the audience? Are the media still going to be able to attend or not, or you're still going to stay at the Conrad Hotel?
There's no mention yet if we will be able to attend the summit. We hope we will be able to attend the summit, but as of now, the instruction is for us to stay at the media center here in Conrad Hotel. Although there are some meetings that they are pulling some of the media here, but only limited number. Not all of us is there, so you just have to register. We will try to register on that so we can attend whatever summit that we can attend in other areas, so we will not be just confined here in Conrad Hotel. Anyway, going back to your question to the quality of the audience for the Prosperity for All Summit tomorrow, what Concepcion mentioned a while ago is that they cannot really have 2,000. That's too big. That will be too big. Instead of 2,000, there will only be close to 1,000 participants audience. Mostly will be PTI and the business sector.
Okay, thank you very much, Nea Mangawang.